Okay, so remember, to begin this lesson, let's have our skills practice 7.2 temperature scales out and ready. Make sure your calculator is ready as well. Well, in yesterday's lesson, we did number 1 and number 2. Let's quickly go ahead and review question number 1. Now it's saying that the weatherman reports that for a high of 45 degrees Fahrenheit, and we have to convert that into degrees Celsius. So let's see. Recall that we are going to be using the equation 5/9 times the quantity of F minus 32. We're going to put 45 degrees Fahrenheit in place of F. Now, the first thing we begin with is let's go ahead and subtract Fahrenheit minus 32. Then we'll go ahead and multiply by 5. Then we'll divide by 9. And when we do this, we get about 7.2 degrees, which let's go ahead and round down to the nearest degree, and we'll just call it 7 degrees. Scrolling down to question number 4, which we did in class yesterday as well, we are told that your grandmother in Ireland sends her favorite cookie recipe. Her instructions are in Celsius, and we have to convert that to Fahrenheit. So the equation that we're working with is 9/5 times degrees C plus 32. Now, you're going to begin by multiplying your degree C by 9/5. So 190.5 times 9. And then you're going to go ahead and divide that answer by 5. So we start there first. Then add 32 to that, and we get 374.9, which we can round up to 375 degrees. Now let's scroll back up to questions 2, 3, 5, and 6. For question number 2, it says your parents order an oven from England. The temperature dial on the new oven is calibrated in degrees Celsius. If you need to bake a cake at 350 Fahrenheit in the new oven, what temperature should you set the dial? So we're given 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are converting this into degrees Celsius. Well, in the relationship box, let's make a note of the fact that you are moving from degrees Fahrenheit into degrees Celsius. The equation for that is Celsius equals 5/9 times the quantity of the temperature in Fahrenheit minus 32. Let's go ahead and write the equation down one more time. This time, go ahead and insert the degrees Fahrenheit of 350 in for F. We will begin this calculation by subtracting 350 and 32, in which case you get 318. After we do that, we're going to go ahead and multiply 318 by the 5. And then finally divided by 9. And we get about 176.666666, and we can round that up to 177 degrees Celsius. Number 3. We have a German automobile that we are given the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit, and we need to convert that into degrees Celsius. So specifically, we're given 225 degrees Fahrenheit. And so to go from Fahrenheit to Celsius, we're going to use the equation C equals 5/9 times the quantity of F, the temperature in Fahrenheit, minus 32. Plugging 225 degrees Fahrenheit in for F, now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to subtract 225 and 32. Then we're going to go ahead and multiply that by 5. And then when we're done with that, we're going to divide by 9. And we get roughly about 107 degrees Celsius. Remember to practice putting these in the calculator yourself. Let's scroll down to number 5. In number 5, we have a scientist who is working in a laboratory, and there's a measurement of 232 degrees Celsius that we need to convert into degrees Fahrenheit. So to go from Celsius to Fahrenheit, we're going to go F equals 9/5 times the temperature in degrees Celsius, and then we'll add 32 to that. So let's go. F equals quantity 9/5 times the 232. And we'll start with that first. Let's go 232 times 9. Then go ahead and divide that answer by 5. Then go ahead and add 32. And 232 degrees Fahrenheit is approximately, go ahead and take a second to put that in your calculator. You should get about almost 450. When it's rounded up, it's 449.6. You round that up to about 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, please take a moment to try and put these in the calculator yourself. In our last question, we have a gas that's boiling at negative 175 degrees Celsius. And we want to know what that temperature Kelvin is going to be. What is the temperature in degrees Kelvin? So we are given negative 175 degrees Celsius. We're transforming into degrees Kelvin. And the equation we use for that is K, the degrees Kelvin, is equal to the degrees in Celsius plus 273. So we just need to add 273 to Celsius to get Kelvin. Well, the Celsius is negative 175. So if we add 273 to a negative 175, and we get approximately 98 Kelvin. Again, remember to pause or rewind the video as needed. Thank you.